So sometimes I joke with my family members. I said if I die, I don't want to get buried. I want to get burned because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And I don't want a service.
I mean, it is cheaper, right?
And nobody's going to get invited, so you're not invited.
I'll find where it is. I will show up.
But no, I'm just playing. Some people actually believe that if you get cremated, you're not going to make it to heaven.
Yeah, Hebrews. Yeah, there's Hebrews to believe that. Yeah,
Right.
and we see that behind the attitude of the Muslims as well when it comes to beheading. That's why they behead people, is because they think that will thwart God and His ability to resurrect us. But it's not biblical, right? What does Revelation tell us? Who are the martyrs that in Revelation that are crying out, asking if God is done yet? It's the martyrs who were beheaded for the name of Christ, right? So we know that that's not going to stop God. He created the universe. He brought man out from dust of the earth. So if anything, cremation is closer to the original creation story than just regular death, right? But we see that Jesus was resurrected in His bodily form. So at the end of the day, there's literally nothing that is going to stop God from being able to resurrect us. He's going to bring bodies out of the depths of the ocean and lakes, right?
Yep.
There's nothing that's going to stop Him. He is the most powerful and supreme being in existence. We have a relationship with Him, and the promise is because He raised Christ, He'll raise us as well. So we don't have to have this superstitious concern or this, this religious tradition in our life glooming over us with guilt, thinking that, oh, my relatives in the past, we cremated them in this urn, and now I'm not going to see them in heaven. Like what God do you serve that isn't able to overcome that?
Yeah, that's a weak God. Do you believe that?
I wouldn't want to serve that God if He can't even bring someone to life that He supposedly created and authored, but we cremated him, so it's beyond His power. Like that sounds like someone is worshiping a false image, essentially.
Well,
So
the Jewish people think too that because we're created in the image of God, that if you're cremated, somehow you're offending God's creation.
we don't listen to them though. They have a lot of bad ideas, but that's correct. That's kind of the idea of why they believe it's in it. They also can't say His name because they think it's irreverent, and God says, say my name, there's authority in it. So there's a lot of issues there, but at the end of the day, don't worry about it. You can be cremated if you want. It's cheap. I would do it if I thought I would die anytime soon.
Wait till you're dead first. Don't do it.
And then you can use me for pranks, like bake me into food, and no, I'm just kidding about that. We would be unclean if we did that, right?
All right.
So yeah, don't worry about it. You can be buried however you want. Any previous ancestors, however they were buried, if they were Christians, they'll be resurrected as well. So.
All right. But for the record, I'm getting raptured.
It's a lot.
Yeah, me too. I mean, ideally, right? Like, hopefully I can make it to that event.
Yeah.
But if I don't, then I'll see you there.
All right.